So I've discovered something that I can really work on. I mentioned in a prior video about my wife's recent deepening in her practice of her meditation and how it's having such an impact on our household, and how she's been so relaxed and so mindful, and it's been a gift to myself and my son by creating more relaxation in us, or having more space for us when we're not relaxed. To say a bit more about that, recently I've been busier than usual, we could say, which by many people's standards probably isn't that busy, but for me it is. Working 9 to 5 the whole day pretty much, even a couple times at night being on the computer. And it's mostly because I'm growing my business right now. I'm starting to teach as well as coach, and I've got this new creators class, which you've heard me mention probably. But anyway, the point is that I've been doing more, and so my head's also been in a lot of kind of like technical stuff and lots of things going on in my head, and so my head's been a bit busier. And couple that with the fact that I've kind of fallen off, or had fallen off my morning routine of really cultivating myself. I mean, doing it at a much smaller level than I was doing before. And so I was not as present and still and, relaxed as I would have been before. And at the same time, my wife luckily was doing this work. And so there was a big contrast between how we're showing up in the house. She's kind of chilled out, and I'm like, why is the ketchup on the counter? It needs to be in the fridge. And it's like a thing, and I need to talk about it. And to the point where like she needs to explain herself, because if I just get an answer, then I've got some semblance of control when everything right now feels out of control. And in those moments of me starting to get irritated and want to make a thing about it, she has been able to just see the situation from her more dissociated kind of place that she's cultivated, and be relaxed and stay calm and help to remind me, or offer me a reminder that it's all good, everything's okay, we don't need to argue about it, I love you. And in those moments, this is the place where I get the chance to grow. I've noticed that I can see that she's chilled out and she's relaxed, and that I'm irritated, and that I've got something I'm anxious about. And I can see that in that moment, what I want is for her to meet me in my anxiety and my stress, not for me to go to her place that's more relaxed. In that moment, I can see that that's what's occurring. And so I'm holding on tight. I've got like the shield up, and I'm not letting her heart, relaxed heart, and her love in. I'm blocking it. And it reminds me, sorry to be graphic, but to me, viscerally, it reminds me of the experience of when you're making love. Well, for me, a man making love with a woman, and there's a closedness or a resistance for any reason, and maybe she's squeezing her legs or compressing her abdomen or her vagina, and suddenly the sex doesn't feel very good, or she goes dry, and all of a sudden it's not working, and it's maybe even hurting, and you need to stop. And what I know from sex is that when a woman, my wife, or any woman that you're with, or maybe it's true for guys too, I don't know, I've never done it that way, but when the person with the hole is clenching and tight, it's dry and it hurts. But when a person with the hole, in my case the woman, is relaxed and open, it's loose, and it self-lubricates, and it feels good, and it works well. And I think the heart works the same way at least as the vagina, in the sense where if it's closed and we're holding on tight, and we're not letting the love that another person has to offer penetrate our heart, then it doesn't feel very good. And we can do that. We can keep things out. We can stop ourselves from receiving the pleasure and the bliss that is available to us. And I've just noticed that I'm, metaphorically speaking, clenching the legs of my heart. This is probably one of my more direct and honest videos about the way that I actually think, so I hope it's landing for you guys. But sorry if I freak some of you out. But to me, all creation is the same, whether it's genetic or mimetic. So whether it's sex or conversation, I just see them as extremely coherent and just different forms of the same thing. So I notice that I clench my heart and I keep it closed when I see that there's the potential to be loved. Wow, why? Why would a person do that? I'm not really sure. Maybe it's because I think that if I open my heart, then I have to accept the idea that the way that I was handling my heart was wrong, and I don't want to be wrong, I want to be right, because the fear of being wrong is more pain of the heart. Who knows? Maybe that's it. But what's most important now is that I can see in the moment of that closure, and I can now declare a new identity of myself that is that I always open my heart when I see Kaltna has love. I am that I always open my heart when I see that my wife is more relaxed than I am. I am that I always let my wife in. And in the beginning, that's an idea that's in contrast to what's happening habitually. But it becomes something that I can reach to, something that I can hang on to. Because in that moment of the feeling of being closed and not letting it in, if I've got awareness, all I need now is something to grab onto, a life ring in these deep waters, just something. So, because right now I feel like I can't swim to shore, so throw me something, and the something I will throw myself is the idea, the affirmation, the declaration, the concept. I am that I always let my wife in. I always let her love in when she's more relaxed than I am. I always follow her lead when I'm tense. I always let her pull me out. I grab the life ring that she throws me. Those are ideas. But I promise you that if you keep ideas like that present for you, and you can see them, if you keep them present for you through consistent practice, you'll see them in the moment of needing them. You'll be able to catch the life ring, and you'll be able to use them as a way of pulling you out. You got to feel your way into it. You have to speak it, hear it, see it, feel it to move into it. But it begins with that. The awareness of the situation that's not working, this cognitive conscious solution, the inculcation of a pattern that makes that solution available to you in the moment that you need it, through associating it with the experience that you came to think this up for in the first place, through practice. And then when you can see it, what would it be like if it were true that I always open? And if I don't right now, that's okay, because I'm not going to start judging myself for that. But in this moment, if I were to just grab that ring, wow, look at that, more and more I'm opening. And I'm not, this was a few weeks ago, I'm already starting to look for the opportunities where my heart is clenched, the legs of my heart are squeezed, and I can start to relax and open and let her in, let her love and her relaxedness penetrate my heart and relax me, and it's a beautiful thing. You all know that. Being in an argument with a partner and you're sitting there stewing, and then one person says, "Oh, I'm sorry," and they hug you, and you're still tight, and you're like, "No, I know that you're sorry, but I'm still," and then finally you melt and you say, "Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna let go," and they come in, and it's the best feeling in the world. You know it is, and you are created in that moment. You are created through your opening, and this is synonymous with the idea of opening to the call of adventure, to the whisper that the universe has for you, opening to purpose, opening to possibility, opening to circumstance, opening to the unfolding, all different forms of the same thing, but practice it with allowing the love of another person into you. And I believe that, to me, it feels the same as allowing all things in. And to allow something in is part of the dance of creation. Receiving is equal part of creation as giving is. So you are as created as you are creating, and you are created at a level at which you open to receiving what is being given. Today is the perfect day for you to create who you are. You are loved, and you are powerful, and I'm loving you simply for your being here. I'll talk to you soon.